Hey everyone, it's January 7th, Tuesday, and I've been watching this streamer recently named Jervalen, and he does a lot of Halo challenge runs. And you might have heard of him from the Moist Critical challenge a couple years ago, where he kind of put out a bounty to beat Halo 2, All Skulls On, Deathless, all that stuff, and he beat it, and it was really cool. And I've kind of been watching him on and off ever since, but this time recently, I've been really interested because he's been doing a Halo 3 challenge in the same vein, where it's all skulls on, no deaths. And it's really hard. And it kind of just made me think about Halo, and Halo Reach is one of my favorite games of all time. I just wanted to kind of talk about it. So, when I was 4, my dad got me an original Xbox. So that was probably 2004. I think it was for my birthday. I wasn't like, when you're 4, you're not like super conscious at the time, but so I think it was for my birthday. And the first couple games I played was Pac-Man World, which I've never beaten that game because I was stuck on like this jungle level where it was like you were jumping around the trees and stuff. And then, of course, some of the other games I got were Simpsons Road Rage and Simpsons Hit and Run, which is one of my favorite games of all time, and I have a lot of fond memories with that. Another game that we played a lot was The Incredibles, and I say we because my mom and grandma would help me play it sometimes too. Like I remember The Incredibles dash levels were really hard, and they helped me because I was like 4 or 5. But anyway, when I was 10, right? Because Reach came out in 2010, yeah. So when I was 10, I got Halo Reach, and that was my first rated M game, and it was like, because all the kids at school were, they played all the M rated games, way before they probably should have been able to, but Halo Reach, it was like, okay, the new one. Let me see if I can convince my mom, and I convinced my mom, and she let me get it, and man, was Halo Reach a lot of fun. I spent so many hours on Halo Reach. When I first got it, I didn't even have Xbox Live. Obviously, this is on the 360 at this point, right? I didn't even have Xbox Live. It was just playing campaign, playing Firefight. Whenever my friends would come over, we'd do Firefight, But it was so cool, so much fun. Loved Halo Reach. And then once I did get Xbox Live, which was probably the next year because I didn't really have any really close friends that I played with, like on Xbox or would, until my friend Adam and Cameron, who I've mentioned before, they moved back to California, and we, hooked, linked back up, and we started playing the heck out of, Halo Reach. And our favorite things to do we would split up into teams with like some of our other friends as well, or some of his friends too. And we'd go to Forge World, and we'd each build a base, and then we'd go into a real match and go and play and fight each other in the bases and stuff. That was so much fun. Forge World was like really sparked like the creativity for me as like a kid. Not that like, I liked Legos and stuff, and that's something that a lot of people, a lot of kids sort of like, that was their outlet for like the creativity and the, building and stuff. But man, I loved Halo Reach, watching videos on like how to build like a frigate, my favorite was how to build drop pods where you put two like, what were they called? Like shields together, and then you'd put a gun in the middle so that when you picked the gun up, it would drop and you wouldn't be damaged. That was so cool. And Forge World is just awesome, man. Forge World is just so awesome. But yeah, we played a lot of that. And at that time, so I think Combat Evolved got remastered around, I think it was before Halo 4. But I got that. That was the only other Halo game I'd played, because actually I played a little bit of Halo 3 at my dad's house. A little bit, but not a ton. And then I think I ended up getting like a pre-owned copy of Halo 3, but I wasn't really as into it as Halo Reach. So Combat Evolved Remaster comes out, and I played that a little bit. That was actually like an interesting game. I just played it once. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And then Halo 4 comes out. And I'm super excited because Halo Reach was my first Halo game. Oh my goodness, I went crazy on the Doritos and Mountain Dew because it was all the double XP codes. Oh man, that was crazy. 7-Eleven going back, trying to find it was wild, wild, wild. But I went to the midnight release of that game. That was one of the last midnight releases I had. No, actually, that's not true. Actually, was that the first midnight release? That might have been the first midnight release I went to. I think the last midnight release I went to was Arkham Knight. I think. But that wasn't even at midnight. That was like at 9, I think. Anyway, but that was cool. That was a cool experience. And I got the game, I played it, and then I was like, wow, this game sucks. Halo 4 was terrible. Halo 4 was a terrible game. In my opinion. Whenever my friends want to play it, I'm like, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. But that was kind of the end of Halo for me for a little bit. I kind of just, I'd boot up at my Xbox and play Reach or Forge mode, a little bit sometimes, but that was kind of it. And then when Master Chief Collection came out, and Master Chief Collection came out on Steam, I asked one of my other friends, Mika, and I was like, hey, because he hadn't really played the Halo games a ton, and I hadn't played the old games, so I was like, hey, do you want to play the old games, and do you want to do them on Legendary? We were like, yeah. That was an interesting experience. So, Combat Evolved, I always say this to him now, they are lucky they got a second game. Combat Evolved is a rough game, man. If you ever played on Legendary, it's a rough game. And by rough, I mean like, it's obviously hard, but it's hard in the most sort of mind-numbing, like soul-eating way. It's like Assault in the Control Room is iconic for us in our friend group because it's just like you walk in and it's the exact same room and you spend 20 minutes there because it's so hard, and then you walk in and it's the exact same room, but this time there's hunters and one of the windows doesn't have glass on it now. And then you walk into the other room and it's 5 elites, and you walk into the same exact room for the 4th time and there's 3 rocket floods. You know what I mean? Crazy game in very derogatory, way, just not, crazy in a bad way, but it was kind of fun, and that challenge and that feeling when we finally beat it was like, oh, hallelujah, but once we beat it, right, we're like, okay, now we get to go to the crown jewel, right? Halo 2. And Halo 2 was really fun. It was also really hard. Of course, it was really hard. I still don't think it was as hard as Combat Evolved. Though the section where you get teleported into the High Charity is, like the first mission where all the brutes and everyone comes out of the doors and stuff. And you like only have a needler or whatever. I forgot what that mission is called, but that one's really hard. And we also got like stuck on the last level. Like we thought we kind of glitched it out because I forgot what we did, but we like went ahead and killed stuff before the scarab moved, and then the scarab wasn't moving, and we thought we glitched it out, but we figured it out. But yeah, Halo 2, pretty cool, pretty fun. I still think Halo 2 is the best. It's the best combination of like challenge and fun campaign. Because like Halo Reach, I love the campaign, love the story, of course, but like it's not that hard even on Legendary. And then as a kid, I didn't even touch Legendary as a kid, but as a fully functioning adult or human now, and then Halo 3 went to, and like Halo 3's like Halo 3's but man, is it fun to watch these challenge modes, or these challenge runs, I should say, by Jervalen. But yeah, just was thinking about how fun it was, like as a kid and as a young adult or a teenager, hanging out with your friends, playing stuff, and Halo was a big part of that. Halo was one of the big like sort of stepping stones for me because it was like, you know, I was really into Pokemon, and I mean, Pokemon's still one of my favorite things ever. And then Star Wars was a big thing for me, kind of from like age like 9 to like 13, you know. And then Halo was definitely a big thing. Halo Destiny, which I want to talk about that Destiny at some point here soon. Um, was a big, you know, in my teenage high school years where, you know, getting friends, you know, because you know, I didn't have a computer, and I wasn't like playing video games like that when like WoW came out. So Destiny really felt like my generation's WoW, you know, or World of Warcraft, you know. So anyway, that's not about Halo, but yeah, thanks for watching. Just wanted to talk about that for a little bit. Halo is a pretty important part to my life. Just, you know, the friendships I've made and the friendships I've cultivated, I guess, you know. But yeah, all right. Have a good one. Bye bye.